is one of my favorite beginner projects for embroidery because it's inexpensive, it's very useful, and it makes great personalized gifts. I'll walk you through the stabilizer I use, my design creation for this particular bag, how I actually hoop it on the machine, and any other tips along the way that can help make your embroidery project beautiful in the end. Hi everyone, I'm Kelly, the embroidery nurse. I share machine embroidery tips, beginner tutorials, and fun items that you can embroider. This video is part of my 101 Things to Embroider video series. So today we're going to embroider a tote bag. So this one is from Lands End. This was actually given to me from a friend. They got this as a gift and her daughter wanted to have her initials placed on it. So I said, perfect, because this week for my 101 embroidery items, we picked tote bag. Couldn't have been better timing. This is a canvas material, very thick, so I definitely want to talk about that as we do embroider it together. Tote bags are very affordable. They make such good gifts. You can do all kinds of things. I use this a lot of times for basically how I wrap a gift. It can be, a beach bag for someone going on a trip. It can be a baby bag for someone to carry all the baby things as a baby gift. It could be a teacher. I do these a lot for teacher gifts, giving them something personalized, which I always love. So let's talk about supplies we'll need to embroider a canvas tote bag. This one actually has a smaller pocket on the front. This is kind of a love-hate relationship I have with some of these bags, but a lot of them have that. This will determine the size that my monogram can be because I actually have to be able to put my fast frame or hoop within that pocket. If it was a bag that didn't have that, then you could embroider in a larger area because you could literally slide the hoop inside the bigger part. So let's talk about the supplies we need for monogramming a canvas tote bag. So the first thing I always grab and decide is which stabilizer we're going to use. So we're going to use sticky stabilizer for this. It's the perfect use because we're going to be using fast frames. So I do want to pick and decide which fast frame works best. And with that, I went through my bin of fast frames and I found one that can actually slide straight into that pocket. So this one couldn't be any bigger and it doesn't need to be any smaller. So this is a good size for this project. I do have my ruler so I can make sure that we center our monogram before we put it on. I also have my printed design. So I'm going to show you real quick right here in Embrilliance, which is the embroidery software I use, how I created this design. Okay, so I'm going to pull up Embrilliance here and pull up my letter function. And I'm going to go down and find the monogram that I think is best for this project. They said they just wanted a just regular 3-letter monogram. So one of my go-tos is called Itch to Stitch. It's the Empress font, and I think the 3-inch monogram will be perfect for this bag. So here are the 3 letters. I'm going to now put in mine. First name is E, last name is H, middle name is G. I always feel like they're a little spread apart, so I'm just going to slide them in just so it kind of gives a more circular image for the monogram. So there we go. EHG. Love it. I think it looks good. And now I'm going to save it and print it out so that I can attach it to our product. Okay, so now that you see how I created it, this is my printed version. So this I will cut to size and I will pin it on the actual item. So for that I need to have, my handy dandy pins right here on my magnetic strip. And then we want to make sure we know from our customer what color they want this monogram to be, and they just said navy. I don't have an exact match. That's pretty dark. It might actually even look black to you guys, but it's a very dark navy. I showed her the color navy that I have and she said that's perfect. So it will complement it for sure. All right, let's get to stitching. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is actually cut my embroidery design that I printed from Embrilliance. It actually has grid lines on here, so it helps me center this design once I put it on the machine. And so that's always been very helpful with me. And it always has been my process that I print this out and apply it to my actual item. So with this, I'm going to take my ruler over and I'm going to find the center of this project. It is right at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to do 3.5. And once I find my center, I'm going to use these are actually like quilting needles. They're longer and they're stronger, especially when you're going through a thick material like canvas. So now I have it placed on my item that I'm going to embroider. And now I'm going to apply my sticky stabilizer to my fast frame. So I'm going to take off the old and then cut a new piece to fit. I have a long roll here that I just keep cutting from. Try not to waste. If I can, reuse what was on there so I don't have to use as much stabilizer, new stabilizer than I do. But that had been on there a while and I don't think it would really stick. So we're going to stick this right to the back. Press it down on all 4 sides, making sure I don't cover those holes. And then I'm going to place this inside my bag. There is a notch on the top of my fast frame so that can help me center it with the grid line that is already on my printed embroidery design. And then I am going to make sure that it is within the frame because I don't want to stitch onto that frame. The thing with fast frames, they don't come with the machine. They're, you know, a third party add-on item. So I can't program my machine to the exact size of this fast frame. So you have to be very careful and make sure that you that you're not going to hit the sides. And we also do that with another step on the machine when we trace the design. So I'm just putting pins in place. I'm putting several. I don't always have to pin everything, but when it's this thick canvas, there is potential that it could pull away from that sticky stabilizer because it's, like I said, pretty darn thick. Okay, so we have it there, and now we can just slide it on the machine. I have on here already my fast frame holder. So I'm going to slide the arm in the pocket and then slide it up onto my machine so that I can put it into place. Okay, now that I've got it in place, I'm just going to kind of screw that fast frame on. And I'm just going to kind of run my hand, make sure the arm is inside the pocket, and it is. And now I'm going to go to my design. So I have on my USB port or USB drive that I brought from my computer, I've got my Embroidered design on here, and I've selected my design. So it is checking my USB and making sure, and I've pulled it up already. So I've got my monogram right here, ready to go. So I'm going to let it know what color, and I'm going to center the design, and I'm going to bring you a little closer so you can see. Okay, now that we're here, we're going to change the needle. So we're going to use our navy blue thread. So that is on needle 2. So I'm going to tell my machine needle 2, and it's going to move that needle over. And now I'm going to make sure needle 2 is directly over my grid here. So needle 2 over my grid. So I'm going to move it a little bit to this side. I'm going to slow it down so I can move it not so fast because it will shoot all the way over. All right, so I've got it lined here, but now I need to move it down or really up. And so the goal is to have this needle directly over my grid there. And that looks to be very good. So it's completely over that grid. Get that thread out of the way. And so now I'm going to trace my design. So I'm going to trace it and make sure it is well within the embroidery area and that we don't go around the perimeters of this hoop right here, because we don't want to have a needle actually hit that. That would not be good. So now I'm going to trace my design. So I traced the design, it looks good, it's not going to hit any of the sides, and it also didn't shift the bag when it was on there. So I feel good to go. I can take my embroidery design off now. The area is nice and flat. I do have 2 needles here, pins actually, that are holding it in place, as well as the sticky stabilizer itself. So now I can tell it to start. We've got it on needle 2, which is navy. We have made sure we have centered our design, and so we're good to go. Okay, sounds like it's finishing up. That song's funny to me. Okay, so our embroidery area is finished. I'm going to just double check it before I remove it from the machine. I'm going to undo the screw on my fast frame here and pull it off, and voila! Look at that. I'll zoom in. All right, so now I just need to remove my pins that I had placed on the bag, put them back on my magnetic thing, and then we're just gonna pull the stabilizer off. So with an item like this, it doesn't really matter what the back of it looks like because it's really never gonna be seen. So it's not like items where you can see the back. So I literally just pulled, ripped. If there was any extra of the stabilizer, I could, grab it from the back. And now I'm just going to kind of snip a little bit of these threads that that are showing, and those are just from when we initially put it on the machine. So this particular item really determined the size the monogram could be. It kind of limited it because it had a pocket. So even if your customer says, I want the biggest possible monogram that can be on this bag, it really was limited to what this fast frame could fit into that pocket, correct? So size-wise, I really had to limit it to that. So that's how I chose the 3-inch monogram, and that's what this one was here. But any other things that, you kind of takeaways from tote bags, you could not do this on a flatbed machine. You definitely need fast frames. This would be too thick to actually hoop. For this project, the best item really is a fast frame, the way it's able to slide in. So key takeaways again, thick canvas, you need to stabilize it well, sometimes using both the sticky stabilizer and the pins like I did. And then just making sure that it is able to be traceable without shifting on the machine before you start your project so you don't create any issues. And then just keeping an eye on it because, again, it is thick fabric, so it could shift. But, again, simple project, a really good beginner embroidery project that is useful for so many personalized gifts. So I know if you embroider, if you have an embroidery machine, you will eventually have a tote bag on your machine. Hope this helps. Stay tuned for more 101 items to embroider. This series is fun.